Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions, Aperon, Tuala, Simf, Maroon Studios, and Aim High. Check out our partners in the description. Welcome to Startup Podcast PH, where we interview Filipino startups to know about their stories and innovations. Andito tayo ngayon sa office ng CEO Doc in Marikina City.
Hi, welcome.
And of course, we have CEO Doc, Innovating Healthcare, and its CEO and founder, Noel Del Castillo. Hello, Noel.
Hi,
Kamusta?
hello.
Una-una, salamat sa mainit na pagtanggap dito sa office ninyo sa Marikina.
Welcome.
Actually, salamat din sa tour, Ang ganda ng office. Actually, I'm surprised na sa startup, very, kumbaga, vibrant din yung, although maliit lang yung office sa startup, pero ramdam ko yung setup, ramdam ko yung, kumbaga, environment that, okay siyang workplace, actually.
Yeah. Makaisipin ng mga viewers no, naglalaro lang kami ng mga board games dito. Pero kasama yan sa aming vibe and culture.
Yeah, that's a big part, Actually, hindi naman rare din na yung mga software development companies and startups ay parang may ganyang part talaga. Even sa Google nga, 'di ba? Parang may room talaga na where the people can relax, can kumbaga take a break and kumbaga enjoy kasi part naman talaga rest is part of our work.
Yeah, dapat lang. Dapat masaya.
And especially, so, ang ating pag-usapan nga ngayon ay about healthcare. So, of course, important din talaga ang health sa productivity din ng mga tao, ng mga startups. But ayun, wag natin patagalin pa, Noel. So, ano nga ba ang CEO Doc?
Okay, so hi everyone. So, thank you for inviting me, Johnny, dito sa iyong podcast. So I'm Noel. I'm the founder of CEO of CUDO. CUDO is a telemedicine platform. But we are also a healthcare platform in general kasi not only providing telemedicine platform for healthcare providers, but we also process yung mga EMRs and payments nila. But basically, just for hindsight, ano ba talaga si CUDoc? Ano siya? Marketplace for healthcare services. So if you're a patient, you're looking for consultation with a doctor, you can go to our website or download our mobile app. And then may mga doctors na tayo doon ng different specialties. And then ang kagandahan sa system namin is that meron kaming both public and private healthcare providers. So to sa mga public providers, most of them they're providing free services. And then doon sa mga private providers, yung may mga businesses and may mga hospitals, doon mo rin ma-avail yung mga services nila. So telemedicine is the very common services na ina-avail. But aside from that, meron din kayo mga other services na, well, not really ours, but doon sa mga providers namin, mga partners namin, they provide on-site consultations, may mga laboratory services, may mga diagnostic services, then may mga referral na rin in such a way na yung, imagine mo, if you're sick, and then naghanap ka ng someone to take care of your health, meron na ring way na yung mga partners namin, they provide a holistic care plan. So, nandun na yung parang follow-up check-up mo via telemedicine or meron times na may consultation ka na pupunta ka na lang sa hospital para nandun na lahat nung gagawin sa'yo, yung appointment, yung consultation, yung laboratory, and then the payment is very seamless kasi we process all kinds of e-wallet providers, pati credit cards. And then, another thing is that yung refund process namin, very instant lahat yun. So, protected din yung mga patients. So, that's what CUDO is.
Yeah, actually, ang daming ang daming, kumbaga, mga how do you break the traditional healthcare industry din, So, siguro ulit lang natin, emphasis lang natin, kumbaga, in what you said, parang first yung telemedicine, lalo na siguro in the past 5 years, very new ang telemedicine and online consultation, kumbaga, kasi dati, you still have to go to a clinic, you have to go to a doctor, pipila ka pa actually,
Yeah.
And then ngayon, pwede na if you want to have a consultation, online na lang, So,
Yeah.
part rin dito yung parang pwede ka mag-book ng appointment, right?
Yes.
So, ayun. So, may booking, telemedicine, and then yung, kumbaga, marketplace din siya, parang aggregator, na,
Yeah.
if you need healthcare, just go to see a doc, and then most likely, makikita mo kung anong kailangan mo,
Yes.
And then yung last that you said, it's actually very, parang, kung isipin mo, minsan, pag may sakit ka, mase-stress ka pa kasi mag-iisip ka pa kung anong gagawin mo, ano yung
Mm.
pupuntahan mo, ano yung buong proseso. Here, See You Doc now offers you kumbaga that holistic plan na rin 'no, na
Yeah,
yung
care
talagang
plan.
care plan,
We call
ayan.
it care plan.
Ayan. So, pero I want it to come from you ano, Noel, kasi parang when you started See You Doc, what really did you see na parang why you had to create a startup?
Mm.
Parang ano ba yung challenge talaga nun? Of course, we talked about these innovations ano, pero
Yeah.
ano ba talaga yung parang challenge for maybe doctors din and for the patients? So,
Mm.
ano ba yung parang talagang pain point? Let's use startup terms ano. Ano ba yung pain point for them that really wanted you or that really motivated you to build See You Doc?
So to give you the whole story, well, just to know who I am personally, I'm also a family guy. So I have my own family. I have four childrens. And so usually pag may mga anak ka, 'di ba, pinapadala mo sa doktor, sa pedia for
Mm.
sa mga checkups. And on a personal experience during 2016, medyo hassle talaga kasi you have to wait more than 2 hours just to get a consult with a doctor. And since ang business kasi namin before CU Doc, we develop softwares, web and mobile applications, and most of our clients is abroad. And meron kami naging client doon from Silicon Valley na who's a health tech startup. So we develop parang healthcare platform for them na nagkaroon kami ng experience in developing health startup. So since we have that experience and skill sets, parang na-realize ko when I was experiencing the painful
Hmm.
struggle of consulting a doctor or kasi
Hmm.
pag wala silang appointment system, parang pupunta ka lang doon, maghintay ka tapos di mo alam kung nandun yung doctor. So yun yung experience ko 2016. And ang good thing then is that yung family kasi ng wife ko, she's in a family of doctors din kasi siya. So yung wife ko kasi ano, accountant, so she's a finance expert. But yung mother-in-law ko, doctor, and the sister-in-law ko doctor din. So I was really talking to them, trying to understand bakit ganito yung healthcare system natin. And sabi nila, ano, mahirap baguhin ng healthcare industry sa Philippines kasi medyo traditional. Tapos mahirap mag-adapt yung mga doctors. So I was challenged na parang wala na bang gustong mag-address nito? So I was like motivated na sige, try natin i-solve kasi total nagkaroon tayo ng experience doing that in the US market. But I would tell you, iba talaga yung US market sa Philippine market, tayo talaga lead back. So nakita ko yung future. Nakita ko rin yung future na parang,
Yeah.
uy, yeah, ganito tayo laid back, but eventually in the future we will also be advanced. We will also be
Hmm.
seamless. So if we have the capability of building that gap, building the future in health, naging fit din kami doon. Parang
Mm.
nagkaroon kami like, I'm a tech person, yung wife ko finance, tapos yung mga in-laws ko are doctors. And then sila yung nag-connect sa amin with sa like Marikina Valley Medical Society and
Hmm.
mga Metro Antipolo. So ang dami namin nakuhang partners who really working with us to try to solve the problem.
Mm.
And maraming kaming challenges na naging nangyari during the journey. But because of that of collaborative engagement, parang nagkaroon kami ng drive na, sige, let's do this.
Hmm. Actually, that's ano 'no, that's actually, if I would put it into words, kind of a perfect startup story kasi first you felt the challenge talaga
Mm.
as the founder. Alam mo yung challenge, eh.
Yeah.
And second, you also had an experience na may technology naman na gano'n, although
Mm.
wala pa sa Philippines. So
Yeah.
parang since you had that experience, you brought that technology into the Philippines to solve a problem that's currently happening in the Philippines ano.
Yeah.
So yung parang ano nga, basically kawalan ng digitalization una sa healthcare industry sa Pilipinas, yung kailangan mo pang pumila, kailangan mo pang pumunta sa clinic, kailangan mo pang kumbaga ang daming trouble, ang daming ano,
Hassle, 'di ba?
hassle, yeah.
Imagine mo kung nagtatrabaho ka, tapos ano, hindi mo ma-define, eh, like 2 hours ba 'tong male-late ako
Mm.
sa work or kailangan mo mag-leave ng
Hmm.
buong araw, 'di ba yung mga gano'ng
Mm.
hassle na 'di ka sure.
Mm.
Tapos minsan pupunta ka sa hospital, wala pala yung doktor dun, maghihintay ka lang ilang oras.
Yes, oo.
Yun yung experience ko talaga nung
Mm,
time na yun.
mm, mm. May sakit ka na nga 'no, may karamdaman ka na nga,
Oo.
stress ka pa 'no. So, See You Doc actually removes that stress ano. But yeah, puntahan natin yung See You Doc as a platform, as a product. So, can we so you said din na may mobile app actually
Mm.
I haven't downloaded it yet, but I think I'll download it later. And
Yeah.
sa mga nakikinig dyan, let's
Download
try
nyo na.
See You Doc Pero can you describe lang muna siguro paano nga ba nag-work talaga yung app, yung platform ni See You Doc?
So, you have two choices eh. You can download the app or go to our website.
Yeah.
And both features nandun naman. Mas advanced actually yung website namin kasi mas marami kami na-build sa web eh. Yung mobile, bago lang siya. But nandun na yung mga features na necessary for the mobile app. So the first thing that you're going to do is once you have a website, once you go to the website, download the mobile app, is to search for a particular service that you're looking for, a particular doctor, diba? Then you can select, you can choose based on let's say specialty ng doctor, or let's say you're looking for a healthcare facility. Meron kami mga definitions sa sino yung mga clinics, yung mga hospitals.
As in yung mga ba kasi parang in real life usually hanapin mo pedya or ENT, so ganun din naman yung classifications niya.
Yes. And then pagka nakita mo sila, makikita mo rin ano yung mga clinics nila. Kasi ang setup kasi sa Philippines, if you're a doctor, marami kang clinic eh. Business person ka rin. So,
mga consultant, sa mga nag-moonlight ng mga doctors.
Nag-moonlight. So, minsan, nandun sila sa isang public hospital. Minsan, meron silang sariling private business. So, marami silang setup. So, yun yung capability ng platform namin na if you're a doctor, you can register for free, set up all your clinics, and then your patients now can select saan nila prefer. Let's say may clinic ka sa Marikina, di syempre mas bumubuo ko sa Marikina.
Yes.
Yung mga ganun. So, you have to search and select. And then, if ever mahirapan ka sa search and select, meron din kaming AI dun sa chat namin na you can chat and then the AI will provide you recommendations. And then, nandun din kami na during work hours na we can help you find or figure out yung healthcare plan na gusto mo. Then once you find that, then you'll request an appointment. You select a schedule, and then hindi ka muna magbabayad doon. So it's just asking if the doctor is available in that particular schedule. And then mag-notify yun sa doctor tsaka doon sa kanyang staff. So kung meron siyang staff or nurse na nagmamanage yung clinic niya, ma-notify din sila. And then pagka available, and then in-accept nila yung request appointment, ma-receive ni patient na okay si doctor, available siya ng this date. And then doon lang yung time na magbabayad na si patient. So makikita ni patient how much yung service na babayaran niya. And then the patient can select yung mga e-wallets, credit cards. Then meron kami feature na you can actually share a link yung payment link. Kasi common yun sa mga employers na they shoulder yung
iba yung magbabayad.
Health expense. Minsan sinishare din siya sa social media. Diba? So, pa yung mga mag-sponsor sila ng
for parents, ganyan. Or
for parents. Diba? Kasi yung mga OFWs natin, yung mga parents nila dito sa Philippines. Tapos, diba, kayo mag-book for their health, service, diba? You can do it in See You Doc I-add mo lang yung mommy mo, daddy mo sa See You Doc account mo, and then you can find a service for them, and you book an appointment for them, you pay for their service, and then automatic, they can avail the service. Now, they can do it online, they can do it on-site. Depende na sa choice of service sa gusto ng patient. And then once nandun na yung appointment, nag-approve na, through our system, meron na kaming telemedicine feature na the doctor will be able to call you. And then once you accept the call, video call, parang lang din, katulad ng nangyayari ngayon, di ba? Gusto na ngayon mga video call. But hindi na siya basta video call. Meron na rin siyang mga EMR sa tinatawag natin na yung the doctors, they encode yung kanilang diagnosis, yung prescription, yung mga lab requests. Yes. And then, minsan kasi pag yung clinic nila naka-integrate sa hospital, nakukuha rin ng hospital yun eh. So, nangyayari, yung doctor, they refer you to the hospital. Yung sa yung service na available within the hospital. And then, the hospital will get the notice. And then, ikaw, pupunta ka na lang doon may schedule ka na. You just go to the hospital, get the laboratory service, and then, hindi mo na kailangan hintayin eh. Uwi ka na eh. Tapos, yung lab team, they'll just upload it doon sa See You Doc. Doon sa encounter ng See You Doc. And then, anywhere you can access it. So, gano'n, yun yung seamless approach niya.
Actually seamless. Tsaka, grabe, parang akalain mo, I mean, ang daming benefits na madudulot pag ginawa mong online, pag ginawa mong digital ang yung part na ito ng healthcare, yung parang mga let's say mga back-end part daw, aside from the mismong diagnosis, kumbaga yung payment first of all ano. Actually ang ganda nun 'no, na parang, yung payment is online na kasi uso na nga ngayon yung mga e-wallets
Yeah.
ganyan and uso na ngayon lalo na for OFWs nga na
Mm.
iba yung magbabayad for you. Pero actually yung booking ano, dun ako, ang dami niyang hidden advantages, for the doctor and for the patient dun sa magpapagamot. Kasi dati nga 'di ba, actually dati I'm not sure parang wala pang booking systems dati or if ever man ang sistema, pupunta kang ospital, dun mo palang hahanapin, dun ka palang magche-check ng clinic ano. Pero ngayon parang since online na siya, may marketplace sama si Doc,
Yeah.
na parang multiple clinics or multiple hospitals na yung nakikita mo ano, yung availability ng mga doktor ano. And for the doctor, actually this is parang quote unquote marketing din ano, mas visible ngayon yung doctor na even kumbaga for example ako, available ako this time, available ako this place or at this time ano. Hindi ako restricted sa clinic ko ano.
Yeah.
So, puwede ko na makita yung kumbaga ibang options ko,
Kasi
right?
yun yung like may mga stories kami na mga doctors who are providing services sa mga public hospitals. They create their own private clinic in CU Doc, which is legitimate clinic siya, virtual clinic siya. Na yung mga patients kasi nila hinahanap sila eh. Oh, nasaan na yung doctor na konsulta ko sa Philippine Orthopedic Center, kunwari lang. Eh, sa public hospital kasi wala kang choice to choose a doctor, sila yung mag-a-assign sa'yo. Now, in CU Doc, you have that choice na, gusto mo balikan yung doctor na yun. Tapos, yeah, yun yung mga ganong, yung mga tipong kala natin hindi pwede palang ganon, di ba?
Yes,
Yung mga ganong approach.
How about naman yung sa telemedicine? Kasi by the way ano, so si CU Doc ay nag-start ng 2018, right?
2018.
Before the pandemic. Actually
Yes.
surprising no na nagkaroon kayo ng ganung foresight even before ng pandemic. So, si telemedicine stinart niyo na nung panahon na yun or parang eventually pa after pa?
Hindi. Kasi talagang ano during that time, telemedicine is not really accepted pa. Hindi pa siya, hindi siya part ng parang wala pa siyang standard medical procedure eh. So, nangyayari na siya sa ibang bansa. So, and for our end, na foresight namin na parang telemedicine will be the future. But we don't want to mention din naman na telemedicine will replace yung mga on-site consultation kasi it will not.
Yeah, the empathy part, kumbaga the interaction part talaga mas feel mo yung physical
Iba pa rin yung physical interaction. Kaya minsan meron kasing notion na parang hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa doktor, telemedicine na lang, all good. Doesn't work that way. For us, we believe na telemedicine is a additional service. Na it doesn't replace yung mga face-to-face consult. But again, we started 2018 face-to-face consult na appointment basis. And nila-launch namin yung product namin. Siyempre, we have to be sustainable. We have to figure out our business model. Ang approach namin nun was, ang version 1 namin na product, since appointment, we charge doctors a monthly fee. But na-realize namin, it doesn't work that way. Kasi the doctors, even though na walang appointment system, okay lang sa kanila eh. So, ang hirap naming benta yung product namin noon. Kahit na sinasabi namin na it will benefit the patient, you have to really understand na the business in the health industry in the Philippines, challenging. So, yun. So we recognize that early on. And na-realize namin na we have to process payments in our platform so that we can have a new business model. So, doon kami pumasok sa transaction na business model or convenience fee na business model. And in order to do that, we have to offer some kind of online service para makuha namin yung buong flow is within the platform. Parang Grab, di ba? When we order sa Grab, di ba? Hindi mo na kailangan magbayad dun sa delivery kasi bayad na siya eh. Ganon. Parang ganon din yung approach yung gusto namin mangyari. But in the case kasi, nung una, sinubukan namin na parang na magbabayad ka online pero mag-face-to-face kayo. Hindi rin nag-work out that way kasi hindi naman kailangan magbayad. Pwede magbayad na lang on the clinic.
Doon,
So, doon namin introduce talaga yung telemedicine. Kasi talagang magbabayad sila within the platform. Then, the doctor will receive the payment. The patient will get the refunds kung di matuloy. So, maraming na-solve namin yung mga concerns on both parties. But the telemedicine, na-launch namin siya 29, we didn't predict na magkakaroon ng pandemic. Diba? So, but the pandemic nandun na 2020, nagkaroon ng pandemic, alam na natin yung nangyari, nagkaroon ng lockdown, di ba? So kami, bigla kaming naging busy kasi parang wait lang, may pandemic na and then this is like our time to shine to really ano mo yun, to help the doctors kasi wala na silang wala silang magawa, yung clinic close. So doon kami nag-grow and then nagkaroon kami ng endorsement from DOH. Isa kami sa mga top 3 telemedicine partner nila. And then naging partner kami ng DOST, ng AMDBI, ng WHO, USAID. So ang dami na naging partner namin. So doon talaga kami nag-grow.
So ano ba 'to, parang tama ba? So basically parang ano 'no, ang patient kumbaga ang babayaran niya yung buo na dun sa doktor pero dadaan sa CU doc muna, right? And then kasi nga may convenience fee and then tsaka punta sa doktor. So parang gano'n 'no, para tsaka isahan na lang din ano na isahan na lang yung babayaran nung patient dun sa doktor. So you sell this to the doctors directly?
Ano siya, the doctors, meron kasi different sizes ang healthcare providers. So it's not, we don't cater to just doctors. We cater to doctors with private practice, doctors with a group of multi-specialists, yung mga clinics na ganun. We also deal with private hospitals. We deal with public hospitals. And then we also deal with local mga LGUs. So like in Parañaque City ngayon with Marikina City. Itong mga setup na to sa LGUs, marami ano sila we call them healthcare provider network. So as a network, they manage multiple healthcare facilities, yung mga barangay health centers. Tapos sa mga hospitals naman, as a healthcare facility, they have multiple clinics and departments. So yun, all of those sizes can use CU Doc. Very flexible system. We have different product interfaces built for them. Kaya as a doctor, you can use CU Doc and then eventually if mag-grow yung business mo, wala kang kailangan baguhin. Kasi ano lang, yung account mo sa CU Doc, that will still be your account if maging consultant ka na isang hospital. At ito pa yung maganda. Kasi may budget kasi talaga sa universal healthcare. So yung mga nakakakuha ng budget, yung mga government, yung mga public hospitals, saka LGUs. So usually, ang issue kasi nila is may budget but wala silang providers, walang doctors silang ma-hire. So what we do is, as a platform, we help them connect with the specialists. So they create this parang public fund within their own operations. They put that into their CU Doc account. And then we help them get the doctors they need, which is dun talaga naging advantage for doctors kasi yung mga doctors, they are being paid per successful consultation. So in that scenario, they have a way to control yung budget ng public funds. At the same time, from the doctor's perspective, mas marami silang freedom kasi before they have a consultation, everything has an appointment. So kung busy ka sa doctor at nakakuha ka ng appointment request coming from the government at available ka, you can always manage your time and then provide that service, and then hindi asayang oras mo, kumbaga na mas nag-earn ka rin. And from the patient, wala silang binayaran kasi funds. Kumbaga binayaran siya ng government. So ang dami naming ginagawa ngayon so as a patient, you have access to this free healthcare services at the same time to this affordable paid services.
Yun din kinaganda, no? Since ginawa na yung technology, yung innovation nga, innovating healthcare, ang dami na na-unlock na mga possibilities, ano? Kasi ang dami mga naging din opportunities yun nga, yung parang with the government, mga ganyan, And by the way, so ang doctor, kumbaga, meron silang account, bawat doctor may account. And then, kumbaga, if may booking, doon na dadating sa kanila. So parang when they start their day, they can just check if there's a booking, if there's an appointment, and then they do their business as usual, right?
Yeah.
So,
ang maganda dun is every appointment is associated to their particular clinic. And every clinic can be associated to different types of businesses. So, and those businesses can assign staff per clinic. Kaya yun yung magic sa ginagawa talaga namin na as a doctor, you can really manage as many clinics as you want, and you can be part of these clinics with different doctors as well or specialists na parang you offer ngayon a cohesive, kaya we call it care plan. Kasi parang as a patient, gusto mo na parang merong kang, ganun naman ang concept ng universal healthcare na you have this primary care doctor who would take care of your health, and then the primary care doctor will connect you or refer you to specialists na in such a way na these specialists, they have a complete historical background of your health na when they provide you a service, connected lahat. So lahat, either in the future, magiging ano na rin yan, subsidized na rin yan by PhilHealth. So we're already positioning towards that.
Na-unlock din yun, no? Na-unlock din yung technology. First of all, yung parang mas capable na nga yung mga doctors to, kumbaga, really brand their service as a business, no? Na parang it's really a business. But actually, what you said with the universal healthcare, ano, you mentioned kanina yung sa EMR, kasi issue din yan dati na parang kung papers pa yung mga records, minsan nawawala, parang if nasa ibang hospital ka, hindi na mabalikan yung past mga records mo kasi papeles pa sa ibang hospitals, ganyan-ganyan. Pero kung may parang EMR system na mas madaling ma-access. Of course, may privacy issues pa yan, ano? Parang hospital to hospital, ganyan. Or minsan nga, I think LGU to LGU, meron din, ano. Pero if electronic yan, mas less na yung chance na mawala talaga dahil papeles yung mga previous records, ano.
That's just also to add to that, meron ng, mga initiative na ginagawa namin. And then, this is also just to share with your viewers na the government is already working on it. Actually, part of a community that is working with the government. Na, on that scenario lang, for example, patient ako, meron akong health record sa isang hospital, and then kailangan ako refer sa kabilang hospital, and yung hospital niyan, iba yung system na gamit niya. Sabihin natin iba, hindi CUDOC. But si CUDOC is already integrated with the DOH. Actually, yung tawag dyan, we call it na hindi pa nila launch, pero it's still under development. But the project is called National Health Data Repository or NHDR. So we are already working with that integration. Eventually, they will be the middle ground. Okay. So, gun sa referral, imagine mo, in the future, what will happen is, yung record ko sa hospital that is, let's say, CUDOC is, ginagamit niya yung hospital is CUDOC. So, within my CUDOC account, I can always access it. But, kailangan din siyang i-access ng isang hospital, pero hindi CUDOC ang gamit niya. Pwede nang nangyari yun. Kasi yung system na ginagamit ng hospital ngayon will also connect with the NHDR or National Health Data Repository to get my health data. So ako, as a patient, wala na ako kailangan dalhin. And then magkakaroon ako ng tinatawag natin health identity. O yung electronic health record na as a person, meron na akong health history of my personal health na pwedeng i-access ng mga healthcare providers. Ang kagandahan nito is may consent din siya. So, from a data privacy concern, if that particular hospital will access my data, makaka-receive ako ng consent. The patient.
Patient will, parang the patient can give his or her consent.
Parang may OTP ako marireceive.
Oh, yes.
Diba?
Yan.
So, yung OTP. Tapos yung, once binigay ko yung OTP dun sa, in-enter ko yung OTP ko, automatic marireceive na nung hospital yung data ko. Ayun yung mga nangyayari ngayon. Ginagawa, under development siya ngayon. So, but, I hope, baka this year, next year, ready na siya.
Yeah. Actually, ang ganda nga, no? But yeah, nabalitaan ko rin yan eh. Parang may, I forgot the name of the law, but I think it's UHC law, Universal Healthcare Law.
Ang pangalan law.
And yun nga, no? Ang ganda if consent can be given anytime by the patient kung gusto niyang i-share yung kanyang private data if from one hospital to another. Ayun. So, ang dami talaga na-unlock na, na mga possibilities ng technology, especially in healthcare na ang Pilipinas ay, actually ngayon, medyo humahabol naman na tayo in terms of innovations.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter. Trust the digital future with Twala. Secure and tamper-proof digital signature. Electronic notarization service. And custom AI agents for intelligent document workflows. Visit twala.io to learn more. In today's digital world, your organization needs more than just technology. It needs a strategic partner. At Symph, we build web and mobile apps that drive innovation for startups, enterprises, and organizations worldwide. Visit symph.co today.
But punta muna natin yung stories, Noel,
Sige.
behind CU Doc. So, I learned from you kanina that you're actually a software development guy.
Yeah.
Really, So can we
Tech
know
guy.
a bit more of your background? Yeah, tech guy, Can we know a bit more of your background lang, and then paano ka nagsimula ng business, yung the other business,
Yeah.
and then to CU Doc.
Okay, sige. Siguro, start tayo sa time na graduate ako ng college.
Sige.
So, I graduated sa Don Bosco Technical College, computer engineering. But during that time, hindi pa ako ganun kagaling sa programming. Ano pa ako noon? More on hardware guy ako. Sa computer engineering kasi both hardware and software.
Yeah,
So, mas naging into ako mas naging hilig ko yung hardware. But when I started working na, wala pa ako sa programming career. I was in a business analyst path. So we're dealing with clients, we're trying to provide the requirements to the software engineers, and then the software engineers will develop the software. Doon ko na-realize na mas gusto ko yung software engineering na career. But ang challenge sa akin nun was to be a software engineer, you need to know some programming skills. So nag-aral ako. Self-study lang ako. And then eventually I got a job on a software engineer. As a software engineer. And then naging magaling ako sa skills na yun. So I was at siguro 2007 naging software engineer ako. And then ang bilis ng career path ko kasi naging team lead ako, and then eventually naging architect ako, tapos napunta ako sa isang company na parang nag-set up pa lang ng business in the Philippines, na naging multinational business. Parang naging ko dun parang CTO naging level ko dun kasi ako yung parang tech person who architected the products. And then, so matagal ako sa enterprise, sa corporate na job. And then after nun, nagkaroon ako ng interest sa mga startup jobs. So, naging naging developer ako ng ProudCloud eh. So, ProudCloud is one of the famous dev shop nun sa startup industry. 2013 yan eh. So, hindi pa uso yung startup ko.
2013 yan.
Hindi pa masyado uso ang sabihin ng startup. But ProudCloud, they're really the, parang nag-i-introduce sa community. So, yun, naggumamit ako ng mga open source language, and naging passion ko talaga, programming. And then, nag-aral din ako nun sa UP, postgraduate ko is MTM, Masters in Technology Management. Part siya ng Technology Management Center. Between 2008 2011. So, graduate ako 2011. So, na-train ako sa business side, tapos nag-train ako sa tech side, tapos nagkaroon ako ng training pa on the foresight, yung strategic side. So, because of that, nag-start ako mag-create my own business. And me and my wife started a business called Prague Technologies, or we call it Prague Tech in short. And it's a family business. Ang setup namin nun was like, dalawa kaming mag-asawa na we do it on the side. So,
may full-time job pa rin kayo.
May full-time job pa rin kami.
Okay.
Di ba? So, hindi mo naman pwedeng give up yung full-time job mo kasi may mga family commitments. So, we did it on the side na kami lang yung gumagawa. Kami lang nag-work. And then, we started as a system integrator on an accounting software. Dati, partner kami ng Xero, which is an accounting software. And then, since nasa tech side ako, tapos yung wife ko nasa finance side, since siya, CPA and MBA, doon kami nag-grow na nagkaroon kami ng clients, and then eventually nagkaroon kami ng isang client na ang project namin is to build an enterprise suite of products. So this is 2015. And then since I've been dealing now with different clients na both local and foreign, and I've been working on the architecture, the software engineering, the DevOps, the project management, I was confident now of having mga corporate clients. And then, nag-grow siya into foreign clients. Tapos nag-grow din yung aming company from 1 employee, naging umabot kami ng 35 employees. Imagine
Oh,
that.
wow.
Lahat kami nandito sa Marikina noon.
Wow.
Ang dami namin doon dati. And then, but hindi nawala kasi yung yung love ko sa startup eh. So as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, we're providing a service but hindi siya scalable. So nandun pa rin ako sa
Mm.
sa drive of building a product startup.
Mm.
And since most of our clients was in the healthcare industry na, especially in the Silicon Valleys, na-realize ko na we have to start building here in the health industry. And doon na simula si CEO Doc, which is 2018. And yeah, doon kami nagsimula.
Actually, ang dami kong tanong kasi first of all, actually, itong story na to, actually, maganda siyang startup story din on this side kasi you have a full-time job before you jump, nag-ano muna kayo, kumbaga full-time job and then side si startup and then
Yeah.
nung okay siya, nung okay siya, right now, 'di ba, full-time kayo sa
Full-time na kami sa business. Tapos wala kaming investor.
bootstrap talaga siya, no?
Bootstrap talaga siya.
Oh.
Never kami nagkaroon ng mga foreign investors or VCs.
Hindi ba kayo natakot sa risk? Ganyan kasi it was a jump na of course then you have a
Yeah.
family, you have children, so hindi ba kayo natakot dun sa parang
Hindi naman kasi calculated yung risk eh. So, ang nangyari nun was, naging transparent din naman ako sa mga employers ko nun eh. So, when they know na meron akong business. So, when they hire me, because, they really hire me because may value na talaga I bring eh. Kumbaga, more on, I bring everything na kasi, but when I come to a company, I bring yung architect side, yung development side, DevOps. So, parang, I'm not threatened on that particular profession. But, when I was doing it in a part-time basis, I was finding the right time then for me to do full-time. Kasi gusto ko mag-full-time na.
Oh.
And then, nakuha ko yun, nagkaroon na kami ng mga clients na stable na siya. Yung parang sales namin, nasa millions of pesos na kami sales every month. So, parang, okay, pwede na ako full-time. Diba? So, kasi the company can pay me na eh. So, ako muna nag-full-time and then eventually, yung wife ko nag-full-time then after the yung talaga naging stabilize na siya. At tapos, to be honest, nag-try din naman kami mag-pitch sa mga VCs. Hindi lang, wala lang natutuloy. I don't know why, but in such a way, naging blessing din siya. Kasi wala rin kami naging pressure.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, everything is
your own.
we control.
Hawak nyo, yes.
Di ba? So, basta importante is, which is we are very proud na never kaming nagkaroon ng delay sa any sahod ng mga employees.
That's good.
Never namin kasi kami, kumbaga, never, ayaw namin yun eh. Na-experience ko yun sa startup when I was working on a startup.
Yeah.
But, sabi ko, when we want, ang gusto kasi namin ng wife ko dito talaga is, we build kumbaga, culture of trust, of fun, of innovation. And, syempre, commitment namin sa mga tao namin na their future, their jobs are protected here. So, yun. Isa sa mga proud moments namin yun. Pero, eventually, if you are able to really focus on the business, grow your sales, manage your expenses, make sure your bottom line are positive, meron kayong savings, and then you use those savings for R&D, diba? Mag-grow ka.
How many kayo sa team right now?
Currently, mga 15.
15? Actually, I just want to say this, na ang dami kasi startup sa Pilipinas that's who's aiming to be unicorns na ganyan. Pero actually for me, a startup who has grown to like 15 to 20 to 30 employees na on time mo lagi at sustainable mo na sweldohan, that's actually already a dream, 'di ba? Na imagine you have your startup, you're building your product, you're solving a problem in the Philippines, in society. Tapos nasasweldohan mo yung mga tao mo, nakakadagdag ka ng jobs, hindi na kailangan umalis ng bansa yung mga Filipino, mga talented Filipinos. For example, mga developers ni CEO Doc, dito sila sa Pilipinas, di na hanap ng opportunities sa ibang bansa. I think that's the dream and that's how startups are actually contributing to nation building to the Philippines.
Yeah. Agree ako dyan. Kanina nga, nag-uusap tayo, parang natuwa lang ako kasi para pala tayong professor sa UP, di ba? So, ako kasi nagtuturo rin ako sa UP, which is a part-time, syempre, di ba? Nagtuturo ko sa gabi. Tinuturo kong subject is Technology-Based Entrepreneurship sa Technology Management Center din, so mga MTM students. But going back to that, yun nga, yung parang nation building, di
Mm.
ba? Na para kasing sa atin kasi mga Pilipino, ang common thinking lagi is kailangan mo lumabas ng bansa, di ba?
Mm.
For you to be successful. But with technology kasi, you can be successful here.
Yes.
Paano mo kailangan lumabas? If you earn dollars, then bring it here and then you build your country. It's not only that, our country kasi, third world country tayo so we're still developing. So that also provides opportunities for people
Actually.
like us
Mm.
to help develop and then once you are part of that developed ecosystem and then you will also provide success to your people.
Yeah. Yun na nga actually for me, ang tunay na success. Kaya rin na-inspire ako whenever I interview startup founders, Filipino startup founders na like may ganitong company na 20 employees na nasisweldohan na maayos, there's a good product. Kasi ang totoong success for me is hindi yung makapunta kang ibang bansa, hindi ka mapag-ano sa ibang bansa, pero yung matulungan mo yung Pilipinas na maging successful. I think that's a success. That's a great measure for success for Filipinos.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm curious lang din kasi was this your parang dream na talaga to begin with to like have your own business? Like nag full-time ka ba muna, nag-corporate in order to have experience but eventually you want to have your own business, a startup, or parang it just happened?
It just happened.
Okay.
Yung father ko actually is a businessman. So medyo malaki rin yung influence sa akin ng father ko. But when I was starting my career, gusto ko lang mag-code. Gusto ko lang mag-programming. And in such a way, nagkaroon ako ng comfort level din sa mga jobs ko before. But nagkaroon kasi ako ng time in my career, early on in my career, I was deployed sa US for 6 months. And during that time, nakita ko yung US talaga na ang ganda, develop. 2006 to, imagine mo. So imagine mo mga to. Wala pa tayong mga Google Maps, no? So yung mga navigation. Kumbaga ang sa US kasi no time na yun, if you want to go to one place to another, meron ng may mga Yahoo Maps pa noon. Tapos eBay, usong-uso na. So ang dami ko nakita ng mga innovations talaga na ang galing, high-tech talaga US. Tapos yung bumalik ako sa Philippines, bakit hindi tayo ganun? But parang na-impart yun sa akin So when I was having my own journey sa career path ko, na talaga, parang I really had faith sa tech. Na parang tech is the future. Ito yung parang stable career path for me. But at the same time, when I was, siguro plug on ko na rin yung aking course, diba, sa MTM, yung Masters in Technology Management. Kasi di ko rin in-expect yun To be honest, nagkaroon lang ako ng time for me to parang study. Kasi parang marami kong free time during my mga early 20s. Parang sayang naman oras ko kung di ako maging productive. So, nag-try ako mag-apply sa postgraduate. And fortunately, natanggap ako. And then yung natanggap ko, parang, kasama ko, kapasok din ako sa UP sa wakas. Kasi nung college, ang hirap makapasok sa UP. So, parang, nakapasok sa UP, parang meron akong sense of parang chance to prove myself na I'm part of UP student ako. Ganyan. So, naging happy ako dun sa journey ko dun sa post. And then, after that, parang nagkaroon ako ng vision na parang pagka if you use technology rightly, especially if you use it in your own business, you can really solve problems. And then, once you solve that problems, the success will come in. Yung financial factor will come in. Basta importante lang, try to solve problems And siguro on a personal level then, when I started my own business, parang we didn't really want to take so much risk. So kaya wala kami other investors. Wala kaming utang. Another thing to be proud of pala. Wala kami naging utang.
Oh, that's good.
Kasi parang again, everything is we just use our own money. We have our own savings. You use it properly, and then you do calculated risk like diba? So we have this financial projections all the time. I mean, yun yung kagandahan na you have a business partner na you're also a finance expert. So yun yung advantage ko. But personally, ngayon na we're at this we're not really finished, diba, on our success journey. Marami rin kaming ups and downs. Pero ngayon na we're at this level na, every milestone kasi ng company namin when we're starting out, we make sure na masaya siya. So, like, every year, may mga team buildings kami, outing, may mga small events kami. And then, during these team buildings, kasama yung mga kids namin.
Oh.
So, yung mga employees namin, nakita nila yung mga anak na maliliit pa, tapos lumalaki na, tapos ngayon, dati 2 lang, ngayon 4 na. So, yung nagiging part na sila ng journey rin ng work na, mas nakaka-motivate din na parang yung mga anak namin nakikita nila kung paano kami mag-work, which is, basically, dito lang din kami. Sabihin na, so, mas marami rin kami time for our family. Na hindi kami stress sa mga traffic, di ba? Yung mga ganun. So marami kaming bonding with the family. So, and yun yung, I guess, I just want to share na parang advantage of having a business na you can really have your own control in your time and then spend that time to people that very important in your life, di ba? And yun yung naging, for us, parang happy na kami dun eh. But at the same time, we also want to make this grow, not only for us and for our kids, but also for our people who are also part of this journey na kasi na siya it's not something na profitable lang. We also want to make sure na we make social impact din.
Yeah. Tsaka ano nga talaga no, parang yung journey talaga yung growth no, parang seeing that journey, being in that journey, being with the team is such a satisfaction din no na kumbaga I mean, don't just look at the prize, but enjoy the process. Kumbaga, enjoy the story.
Alam mo, another proud moment na siguro marami na akong sinasabi yung mga proud moment. Yung team ko, nag-team building kami sa Boracay.
Oh, wow! Wow! Saya naman maging part ng CEO to.
So, may mga ganong moments kayo na parang, like mayroon din akong team na pumunta kami in Finland para lang mag-compete sa hackathon, which is second place kami. So, point ways, may mga ganun kaming journey na parang kahit na wala na yung mga members ko, yung mga employees ko, they still remember those moments na, sa Pragtech, dito lang ako company na natuto ako mag-scuba dive. Yung mga ganun moments or nag-parasailing, mga ganun.
So, ang galing yun, na parang first of all, no, tech, no, you become a tech builder, kumbaga, in the Philippines. And na-realize ko nga din, no, na sa Philippines, ang dami opportunities eh. I mean, being a developing country, we may be behind in terms of tech, pero if you're a builder, if you're an entrepreneur, you can actually, of course, you have the opportunity to build, pero you can also reap, let's say it, no, profits, kung may opportunities ng pera, no, if you're the builder of tech, if you're the bringer of tech, kumbaga, dito sa Pilipinas, and you really build it, and din nga, sa'yo nung parang story na, wala kayong investor, but you just build kumbaga, the business model, pag may kita, maybe that's when you hire new people, or kung may kailangan na, kumbaga ko insured yung for the salary nung employee, that's when you hire, and of course there's a jump for him or her naman, no, and you continuously grow, you just grow and grow and grow. Pero isa pang question, actually we're almost ending na rin, pero si Pragtech ay existing pa rin now, you still have clients there, so basically parang somehow yung business nyo, for me kasi nakita ko si Pragtech yung mas definite mas makakapagdala ng sustainable revenue stream, right?
Stable talaga. Parang siya, Pragtech namin, parang yun talaga yung naging stabilizer factor talaga namin. Kasi since mayroon na kaming existing clients, and then yung mga clients kasi namin, they really depend on us kasi we built their product from scratch. So they cannot just easily replace us. So, because may steady revenue on that, we use that savings to, itong CUDOC is still, for me, R&D project, product ko to. So,
yes, actually, no, parang ganun setup nga ng software development company na mayroong sustainable revenue stream, kumbaga, from these clients, from these big clients, and then you have the R&D side na you're still experimenting and building a product that's gonna be scalable talaga. Parang, yun din yung goal nyo for CUDOC to be profitable, for it to be scalable. By scalable, we mean you just build a single tech, a single platform na online, na digital, but can be used by many doctors all around the country. So, there's an opportunity there.
And then you don't really need to hire more people. So if you have a tech product, you can just really build a strong small team na maganda yung culture, na pagka naging profitable pa yung business, mas ma-reward mo pa yung mga yun. So, mas motivated din sila eh.
Yeah, actually perfect nga yung parang yung size na 15 to 30. I think that's the perfect size for a tech startup eh. Kasi you don't have to be very big din naman eh. That's why you scale nga para din economies of scale, 'di ba? To be cost efficient din na.
At saka, mention of cost efficient, like for example, ditong setup namin sa home office.
Mm.
So we provide something na mahirap gawin in a building office. Like here, libre yung lunch. So we have
Wow.
unlimited coffee. If you want to, kung ma-addict ka sa coffee, may ka may tuturuan ka namin paano maging barista dito. But meron din dyang instruments. So minsan nagja-jamming. Sila Mojo, nagja-drumming sila eh. So we have this kind of culture of, like ito, nakikita nyo, minsan naglalaro sila ng PlayStation dito or nanonood sila ng movie pag break time or
Of course after working hours naman yung
during
mga
break
yan,
time lang.
during break time, yeah.
So again, kami, meron talaga kaming culture na ito yung time namin for break, ito yung time namin to work, and then pag to work, everybody yung motivated and rested. Okay, let's do. Kasi rin parang everyday talaga may something yun, like may mga challenge, may mga like for example, meron kaming isang event. Actually, dalawa yung podcast interview ko this week eh. Ikaw, at saka may isa ako dun sa The Wesley Tapi.
Yes. Yes.
Kasi meron kaming event na pupunta kami sa Switzerland. So, isa kami sa mga Philippine delegates. So, syempre, yung mga team ko, very busy with preparing for that event. So, ang point ko is, ganun, every day may something new na parang we're really enjoying the work.
Ayun. So,
I like that.
Introducing Aim High. Smarter construction management starts here. Monitor costs and progress with real-time insights. Plan ahead and adapt with streamlined scheduling tools. Make data-driven decisions to avoid costly delays. Increase efficiency and profit with Aim High.
Just to wrap up this conversation, Noel, ano nga ba talaga ang vision ng CEO Doc? So how do you see CEO Doc pa growing in the near future or maybe in the farther future? So ano ba talaga yung vision mo for CEO Doc?
I really want CEO Doc to be a global company and to really showcase the talents of Filipino. And in order to do that, healthcare is one of the parang problematic industry to really solve. But we cannot really solve everything. But again, we're really fortunate to have partners like in the government, in the private sector, in the academe, in the medical sector. So we just want to be true to our word, to be fair for everyone, to really solve the problems that is existing now in the healthcare. And we just really, ang dream ko rin is to uplift the Philippines in terms of if we can solve if we can build the gaps for universal healthcare. Meaning, ang dream kasi ng universal healthcare is all Filipinos will have access to free and affordable healthcare services. Wala pa tayo dun. Mahirap pang gawin yun. But we are already working towards that. So if we can be part of that partners who will build that, I think we're gonna leave a legacy that people will not only remember but will experience in their lifetime.
So, actually amazing, no? Para din kayong, kumbaga yung style niyo din of growing is parang tech enabler kayo no larger vision, which is the universal healthcare Yeah. Pero ano ba? Parang are you looking parang for more doctors, more users? Do you also market that way na? Do you also market to more doctors and do you also market to more users?
So what we do is we help our partners market their services.
Okay.
So for example, we have a new hospital, Pasig Medical PDMC, Pasig Doctors Medical Center. So we're currently onboarding all of their services.
Mm.
Then once na onboarding services na, we also help promote yung mga services na. Kasi if patients are able to avail those services conveniently, they win, we win, the patient wins, so everybody wins. So that's really our approach. We really focus kasi limited lang din yung resources namin. So we really want to make sure that if we're going to spend our resources, we want to make sure that everybody wins in that type of activity. And the good thing about digital marketing in the internet is that you can always maximize social media. Like kasi ngayon, nag-live share din kami sa aming Facebook page, diba? And that's how we get new customers. So we also have articles, blogs. So nagkakaroon kami ng mga inquiries. And fortunately, every week may mga inquiries kami. Kaya in such a way, we're not really rushing towards on that level. We want to the level. We want to make sure na every onboarded customers have a successful experience with us. Pati yung mga patients.
And by the way, so ang partners ba ni CEO Doc now ay all over the Philippines na or saan ba kayo nag-start ngayon? Metro Manila, Luzon? Kasi, of course, I mean, if you will use CEO Doc right now, parang ang pwedeng puntahan din, of course, yung mga onboarded na partners na ni CEO Doc, right?
Yeah, definitely. So if you're a healthcare provider, you're a doctor, you own a clinic, or you manage a hospital, or you have this responsibility of finding an IT system that will help increase your revenues, increase your productivity, and increase the patient satisfaction of your healthcare business, then definitely CEO Doc can help you. Kasi and we operate all around the Philippines. So ang kagandahan nun is isang value proposition. I just want to add that if your services are being promoted and offered in our platform, the patients can pay it using credit card and e-wallet. Yung mga yan, hirap kaya kumuha ng ganung setup kasi marami requirements yung kami, we already have that in place instantly. So that's the thing. Parang all over the Philippines, we've been dealing din eh. Like meron kami naging customer sa Batanes, meron sa Batangas, meron sa Visayas and Mindanao. So and we're also working with governments na parang nasa proof of concept stage na meron kami isa sa Surigao, Zamboanga, so nasa proof of concept stage. Yun. So, yun yung anywhere in the Philippines.
Anywhere in the Philippines. Tsaka actually, yun nga, no, mas ano rin eh, parang ang dami rin talaga ng kakulangan sa healthcare, lalo na sa outside metro cities.
Just to add lang, we also work with foreign entities. Isa sa mga, just say, I cannot name the entities yet, but isa sa mga nangyayaring yun is, itong mga foreign entities, they provide more advanced medical services, but they want to penetrate in the Philippine market. So they try to look for local healthcare providers here to partner with. We are currently engaging with those.
Ayan. So, madagdag pa sa healthcare providers sa buong Pilipinas.
Yes. Hindi mo na kailangan lumabas sa Pilipinas to get yung medical tourism.
Yeah.
Hindi mo na kailangan lumabas sa Pilipinas to get those services.
Kailangan din natin yan sa I mean, kung yung mga special treatment talaga, yung mga special care talaga, no? So, andito na rin sa Pilipinas.
Yes.
Through technology talaga, no? Grabe talaga ang technology, ang daming na-unlock. Ayun, so thank you so much, Noel. Grabe ang ating usapan. Grabe. Actually, sobrang dami nating very insightful, kumbaga. And natutunan natin ang story ni CEO Doc, ang business ni CEO Doc, and how CEO Doc is innovating healthcare. By the way, if our listeners want to know more about you or about CEO Doc or about ProgTech, so how can they know more information? Maybe you can lead them to the website or social media channels ni CEO Doc.
Yes. So if you're looking for doctor or for healthcare services in a hospital or in a LGU, you can just go to our website www.ceodoc.com. You can also download our mobile app at App Store and Play Store. And then if you're a doctor, you're looking for a healthcare system that will help promote your services to increase your revenue, or a system that will help manage your operations to increase the productivity of your people, at the same time increase the satisfaction of your patients. Again, you can start for free in CEO Doc. And kami lang yung zero commissions in this space. So if you're charging, say, 1,000 pesos per service, you get that 1,000 pesos, and we can automate yung mga payouts in either your e-wallet, bank, diba? So lahat ng mga innovations nandyan na.
Ayun. So, ayun, thank you so much, Noel. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you very much to our 56 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskX Page Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Founders Launchpad, our ecosystem partner. Early stage accelerator providing venture capital funding, operational support, and mentorship. Cloud CFO, tech-forward cloud-based accounting service provider for businesses. Cloverly Tech, all-in-one digital platform for property developers. Body BTs, accessible and personalized diabetes self-management application. HKB Digital Services, tech-based business tools including payroll, ticketing, and loyalty rewards. Hyperstocks, digital banking enabler for rural and thrift banks. One CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Unawa, driving digital transformation with secure, legally enforceable electronic signatures and robust AML compliance. Schooltech, all-in-one AI-integrated school and learning management system. Better Support, a Manila-based BPO company. They are offering a referral program for anyone who can bring in new clients. Let us know if you know any Western-based business that might have a need. Britanna, cloud-based enterprise-grade ERP solution that fits a small and medium business budget. Wonder Brand, data science-driven brand strategy and design company for emerging markets. Fail Coach, business training, coaching, and consulting for startups and SMEs who are scaling or finding product market fit. Drive Manila, Philippines' largest peer-to-peer car rental community. East Point Business Outsourcing Services, one-stop shop for streamlined business solutions for MSMEs such as business registration, bookkeeping, and more. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car sharing marketplace. Hire Business Solutions, provider with the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. DVCO Technologies Incorporated, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGUs, real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. This episode is powered by Wasteless PH, Tech Tribe, Yay, Uplift Code Camp, Board Prep, Dohe Philippines, Edfolio, Hive Rooms, Kazam, CodeCham, Jur.ph, Big Giant Games, Agile Data Solutions, Hustle PH, Pahatid PH, Pareto Consulting, Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the link in the description.